Today we've got an extraordinary lineup of weapons that deliver a punch without using traditional ammunition. Get ready for some serious excitement. The Air Force Texan big bore air rifles have become the most popular of the big bores over the last few years, and there are several reasons for this. The bottle for a buttstock design and inline valving are well proven in the field. The guns are adjustable and lend themselves to customization and personalization. They're also very well made and available in several calibers, including .257, .308, .357, .457, and .50 caliber. The performance of the Texan with respect to both accuracy and power is rock solid. The most powerful version of this gun out of the box is the Texan LSS 50CF, which is a .50 caliber gun generating over 800 feet-pounds. The rifle features a 490 cubic centimeter and .250 bar tank that delivers 3 to 4 shots per fill. That's moving a 620 grain slug at 620 feet per second for about 800 feet-pounds. I find that the Texan's excellent trigger helps wring the most accuracy out of the Lothar Walther barrel and the rifle as a whole. The world's most fun air archery gun just got more. More velocity, more power, more air. How? To start with, Umarex boosted the speed and power of the Air Javelin by swapping the CO2 cartridge of the previous model with an upgraded PCP power plant. Now you get an arrow-firing air gun that uses 170 grain Umarex straight flight arrows to give you speeds up to 370 feet per second and power up to 52 foot-pounds of energy for hunting medium and larger game. You'll also enjoy the other big feature of this air archery rifle, which is a regulator with a limit of 1500 PSI. That's why you can still use Umarex's high-pressure shaft technology arrows, even though the 7.4 cubic inch air tank on this PCP-powered arrow launcher fills up to 4500 PSI. You get 25 shots overall at effective, ethical speeds before it's time to top up the tank, with the first 15 shots coming at full and consistent power on the regulator. The Umarex Air Javelin Pro also gives you an upgrade in the looks department with flat, dark earth highlights on the forearm, butt end, and trigger blade. No fill probe is needed as the tank's fitted with a male Foster-style quick connect fitting on the end, and optics can be attached to the generous Picatinny rail section on top of the gun. M-LOK accessories are also easily attached to the M-LOK slots found on either side of the barrel. I could see this airbow being beneficial to a hunter who is recoil sensitive or someone who needs to control pests in a quiet way. It's accurate, extremely simple to use, hits hard, looks cool, and it's priced to sell. Can one platform fire both bullets and arrows? That's the design premise behind the Traditions Crackshot XBR, a single-shot 22 LR rifle that converts to an arrow launcher. The Crackshot fires 22 rimfire ammunition in its standard rifle barrel, but swap that barrel with the package's dedicated XBR upper, and the unit transforms into a gun that propels arrows with enough speed and accuracy to take big game. The XBR power load is similar to a blank, and it pushes the arrow to speeds of up to 385 feet per second with a relatively quiet report. Hitting the bullseye at normal archery range is as easy with the arrow as it is with a .22 caliber bullet. Recoil is low and the rifle is lightweight, meaning the whole family can use it. The small powder charge in the XBR power load emits a low decibel reading when fired, but hearing protection is still recommended. Thanks to its well-designed synthetic stock, the Crackshot XBR is ergonomically pleasing when shouldered. The rifle is surprisingly light, weighing about 4 pounds. There's a side mount quiver that runs along the barrel for storing and carrying up to 3 firebolts. Umarex is probably best known for its realistic replicas of famous firearms in airgun form, but they've set themselves up as a serious big bore contender with the introduction of the Hammer. Just as the original Hammer, the Hammer Carbine is a bolt-action repeating big bore .50 caliber PCP slug gun made for airgun hunting. In my opinion, the biggest improvement is that the Hammer Carbine debuts a new sealed magazine that dramatically reduces the sideways blast of air from around the magwell when the gun is fired. This is undoubtedly a big part of the reason why the carbine will develop a power level not far below that of a full-length gun, in spite of the shorter barrel. The Hammer Carbine also features a larger 35 cubic inch carbon fiber tank and a much handier, shorter barrel. Even though the barrel is shorter by 6 1/4 inches, it still delivers a big power, launching a 350 grain slug at 820 feet per second and producing 523 feet-pounds of energy. With a larger tank, shooters can expect to get a legitimate 4 full-power shots from the shorter hunting rifle. What do you get when you squeeze a 28-inch 357 caliber barrel into a 36-inch long 3,000 psi pre-charged big-bore air rifle? You get the Benjamin Bulldog. The Bulldog is a powerful and accurate hunting gun with a lot of innovations compressed into a small package. It has a 28-inch barrel, a trapezoidal sound suppression chamber, a 5-shot magazine, and a side lever that's reversible for left-handed operation. Put on top of that a 26-inch top Picatinny rail for optics, both day and night vision, and a short rail section below the barrel for a bipod or light. The rifle has a 340 cubic centimeter reservoir that fills up to 3,000 psi, so it's very easy to charge with a high-pressure hand pump when in remote areas away from fill stations. Air Venturi also makes 357 caliber air bolts that allow you to hunt with arrows in states that allow them. The speed and accuracy of the air bolts when fired out of the Bulldog exceed even the most powerful crossbows, and the cocking effort is minimal. The Benjamin Bulldog is a light, compact, slim, and fully self-contained 5-shot repeating big-bore air rifle capable of taking big game with either bullets or air bolts, making it an extremely attractive option for hunters. This double-barrel air gun uses high-pressure air to propel a 376-grain arrow at velocities up to 450 feet per second with a fully charged air tank. Arrows shot from a full tank reach energy levels over 169 foot-pounds of energy. This is more than enough for hunting big game and is, in fact, legal in 10 states for deer, and most states allow for feral species hunting with devices of this kind. The Air Saber Elite X2 uses a special carbon fiber arrow that weighs 376 grains by itself. These arrows accept standard and mechanical broadheads and are easily changed out. Shooters can expect to get 25 shots at big game lethal energy on one fill or 30 shots of predator lethal energy. The tank pressurizes at 3,625 psi, and the Air Saber Elite X2 comes with a Foster-fitting fill probe for easy fills with an HPA compressor, hand pump, or SCBA tank. The Air Saber Elite X2 is accurate out to 70 yards and has a top Picatinny rail for mounting an optic of your choice. Unlike other arrow shooting rifles, the Air Saber has a sleek form and a price that's hard to beat. Based on a modified version of the Bullpup chassis from the Bulldog 357 caliber PCP airgun, the Benjamin Pioneer fires up to 8 full-size arrows with a full 3,000 psi charge in the onboard air reservoir at virtually identical velocities of 450 feet per second due to an internal pressure regulator. This compares quite favorably with premium crossbows that fire shorter bolts, typically slower than 400 feet per second, and generating up to 110 foot-pounds of energy over a 16-inch power stroke. The trigger is crisp, the whole machine is user-friendly. Squeeze the trigger like you would any other gun, and the arrow is released with an unmatched accuracy. A 2-inch group is easily achievable at 50 meters for a competent shooter. Couple that with a 375-grain carbon arrow hitting at 160 foot-pounds of energy, and you have a recipe that's capable of dropping most big game ethically. With an all-weather synthetic black stock and a long Picatinny rail, plus an additional Picatinny base with a 200 MOI cant, it gives shooters the features and options needed for long days in a field or tree stand. Also designed specifically for the airbow is the Centerpoint 6x40mm scope, with the adjustable objective providing parallax settings from 5 yards out and the custom M-Tag reticle offering aiming points out to 75 yards. While some airgun companies built airguns around a proprietary arrow, the Air Venturi built an arrow that would work in any 50 caliber airgun that has a bore diameter of .495. The 50 caliber Seneca Dragonclaw works extremely well with these arrows, delivering exceptional accuracy and power to the target. The airgun is a combination of what appears to be 3 blued barrels, a brilliantly polished and engraved receiver, beautiful hardwood Monte Carlo style stock complete with a raised comb, laser checkered stock and forearm, and grip and quality open sights. While the dual chamber design permits more shots between charges, the Dragonclaw's real head turning feature is its ability to shoot arrows consistently, accurately at jaw-dropping speed of up to 500 feet per second. With the repeatable accuracy and straight shooting velocity, the Dragonclaw delivers. Confident shooters should have no problem taking their prey at much longer distances than most bow hunters ever attempt. For years, the airgun companies have all claimed to manufacture the most powerful arrow rifle, and in fairness, this has been open to debate as they were close in performance. However, the Hatsan Harpoon put that argument to rest as it's clearly the most powerful. Made specifically for use with commercial crossbow bolts, the Harpoon can send the 20-inch arrow downrange at 600 feet per second and produce 325 foot-pounds of energy. That said, any 22-19 size aluminum or carbon fiber arrow with a 0.3-inch inner diameter can be slid over the hollow guide rod that serves as the gun's barrel. Each fill of the onboard 500cc air tank provides 10 high-powered shots. Altogether, the substantial amount of energy and velocity the Harpoon should produce will provide hunters a marked improvement in terminal performance. With a bullpup-style layout, the Harpoon features a synthetic pistol grip stock and textured grip surfaces for all-weather use. Meanwhile, an elevation-adjustable cheek rest and an elevation and angle-adjustable butt pad allow for a customizable fit. For the mounting of optics, a long combination rail provides space to mount the included flip-up TrueGlow fiber optic sights or one's favorite crossbow scope. The rail also accommodates both 11mm dovetail and Picatinny mounts. Finally, the barrel cover features two mounted arrow holders that allow storage for extra ammo with no added bulk. My top pick for a crossover rifle that performs well for both small game and predator hunting is the FX Impact Air rifle. This bullpup design has a lot going for it, and the frame is rugged and lightweight with an adjustable stock that accepts standard AR pistol grips. The air storage is a 480 cubic centimeter removable carbon fiber tank that can be charged to 3,600 psi, and the design allows extra bottles to be packed and changed in the field. The side lever action is one of the quickest, most tactile, and smoothest cycling that I've used and reliably indexes the magazines every time. What really seals the deal for me, though, is that the modular design lets the shooter swap out barrels, magazines, and probes to optimize the gun for different types of hunting. The hunter can use the 22 barrel for a rabbit hunt, then swap to a 25 barrel that has a liner optimized for slugs to do a long-range prairie dog shoot, then swap again for the 30 caliber barrel to hunt predators. If you're looking for a no-nonsense hunting PCP, then the Umarex Gauntlet 2 30 caliber side lever is the perfect choice. Umarex released the original Gauntlet featuring a regulated bottle-forward design that came at a very affordable price. Soon after, they launched the G2 variant, upgrading the 3,000 psi regulated bottle to 4,500 psi, increasing power and shot count. Then swiftly expanded into the big bore category with the G2 30 caliber featuring a side lever action. The Umarex Gauntlet 2 SL features an all-weather synthetic stock with an adjustable cheek piece and quick-release sling mount in the buttstock. It's a simple, functional design that looks great, keeps the weight down, and works well. The receiver includes a 11mm and slotted scope rail directly incorporated into the part, making scope mounting more rigid. The 28-25 rifled steel barrel is surrounded by an aluminum shroud which incorporates an integrated moderator with baffles to help reduce the report of the rifle. Otherwise, the Gauntlet SL30 has the same functionality as the bolt gun in this caliber. That includes the regulated HPA supply, hammer spring adjustment, and 7-shot magazine. Just to wrap this up, this air rifle delivers outstanding value with up to 110 foot-pounds of muzzle energy on tap, combined with the best price and performance for any magazine-fed PCP air rifle in the market. Airguns of Arizona is a major U.S. retailer that's especially well known as an importer of high-end European guns. But a few years ago, they began manufacturing a big-bore rifle called the Bushbuck. To my eye, this is the best-looking big-bore rifle on the market. It's a bolt-action sporter-style rifle in .452 that's dressed in a laminate stock with stippling on the forestock and grip with an adjustable cheek piece. This rifle is solidly built and weighs in at 10.2 pounds with an overall length of 49.5 inches and a 30-inch barrel. The 285 cubic centimeter air reservoir fills to 4,500 psi using an unobtrusive under-barrel tube that helps maintain the rifle's sleek lines while providing 2 to 4 shots per fill. The single-shot Bushbuck has 2 power settings and generates over 600 feet-pounds in the high setting. This is a capable air rifle for any non-dangerous game.